Janna, Karma, Lulu, Nami, Sona, and Soraka are Enchanter supports that all fill a similar role, but there are differences in how they play and what they're strong or weak at. And even once you've chosen a champion, there are trade-offs in their runes. For example, you could go Resolve secondary to get Revitalized for stronger healing, or you could go Domination for Zombie Ward for more vision, or whatever. So to help compare the choices, I got stats you might be interested in from Diamond Rank games. Unfortunately, Damage Shielded either wasn't available or I couldn't find it, but apart from that, it should have everything. So, for example, if you wanted to find out what is the highest healing or win rate on Soraka or Sona or whatever, you can click the champion portrait and see the rune paths, and from there you can click the path to see the stats for the individual runes in it. Obviously, you're free to draw your own conclusions, but I included some comments at the bottom of the pages about how good the champions are and the various approaches they can take and how they compare. So, if you're interested, check that out. Only popular paths are shown. If for a given champion and primary and secondary tree, a rune is used less than 10% of the time, I just left it as not meta. The real reason is with the dev key, I didn't have a big enough sample of unpopular runes, but as a justification for leaving those runes out, something like Phase Rush Janna probably isn't meta for a reason, and if there is a good but undiscovered rune, then people probably don't play it right anyways. That's not to say unpopular setups are necessarily bad, it's just that they aren't currently understood or part of the meta. There are lots of different runes that all sound cool, and I think Riot's idea was that you'd have to redo your runes in Champ Select to adapt to the game every game, but in reality, there are only one or two optimal pages that you switch to for each champion, and it might seem like you have choices for how you want to win the game, but really I think there's just one best way to play a champion in a given game, and that usually doesn't change a huge amount between games. Riot groups supports into enchanters and catchers, but those names don't reflect their gameplay as accurately as babysitters and playmakers do. Riot's own insights team released some articles that support the distinction, so my conspiracy theory is they don't want to name them babysitters and playmakers because it implies babysitters don't make plays, and they don't want to make Janna Soraka players feel bad. I'm probably not going to be updating this site with new patches. I might if I have time and feel like it, but definitely no guarantees. But it should be fine to see what runes are good or bad on Enchanters now. And unless they make big changes to the runes or the champions kits, that probably won't change too much. But still, I'm pretty sure there are other websites that will stay up to date. So if it's a year from today and this hasn't been updated, you're probably better off looking for stats somewhere else.